Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Toxic Black Flag Gaming channel. I am Toxic, and today we're learning about rapid pulsars using a redstone repeater. So, redstone repeaters, as far as I can tell, within the last 7 years were added to the game. I wasn't here for a lot of that because I was doing other things like having babies. Um, anyway, so here's what a basic redstone repeater looks like. A redstone repeater pulsar system looks like. You'll have the repeater set in this orientation to a torch, and adjacent to the torch, you'll have wires going back, and then you have to have this block there to block the signal from coming back to the repeater, or else it short circuits and it won't work. So I'll show you that right now. It just stopped working. So I'm going to throw that back in there, and oh, it works again. And also, there are multiple ticks for this for different speeds. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right now it's on 3. I find that to be a good level for what I use it for. If you tap it again, it goes a little slower. And then 1 goes really fast, but then it burns out. And my dogs are snorting, so I apologize. So now the only way to really fix that is by replacing those pieces. And for the torch, you can't really do much about it, but you have to it destroys when you break it. So you have to completely replace that. But the repeater you can put back down after you pick it up, and then it all works again. All right, so this is where I was using it on my main channel. If you guys subscribe and watch that, you'll see this system in use. And what I was using it for was just so I put logs up here, and it would distribute down until there was only a quarter of the logs left in this one, quarter of the logs left in this one, and then half in this one. And the reason I did that is these two would feed directly into the furnace to become charcoal, whereas this box would go into a crafter to make wood planks to fire the charcoal. So where I ran into a snag was hoppers when only in a situation where they're pulling from a chest and going into two different chests. That's it, one tier of use. They pull evenly. So what you'll see is if I put a stack in there, it'll pull 32 and 32 in this configuration. There might be other configurations where it doesn't do that, but as far as I can tell, any configuration, it'll do 32 and 32. If it's only coming in one tier from one box to two. However, the same does not apply if you have a second set of boxes. This box will not, if it's in a second tier, split evenly between these two. And I tried that in multiple configurations just to be safe, and it only ever pulls to one box. So what you'll have is it'll go from here to here to here, and then from here to here. And so you'll have an even split of 32 and 32 here and here. But then you'll have nothing in this chest, which it seems counterintuitive, but with how this one worked, but that's how it's functioning. So what I did was I took this rapid pulsar system and I attached it to the dominant hopper. So what the redstone does is it stops the hopper from pulling. Every time it's activated, it's like you're flipping a light switch. The lights just don't work now. Geez, sorry. And so what you're going to see is, now it's not perfect because it depends on when the stuff hits the hopper as opposed to when this is on versus off, but you'll see generally it'll go 50-50 split and then 50-50 split. So I'm going to put a stack in here, and what you're going to see is you're going to see approximately 16, 16, 32. So it's not done yet, but this should stop around 16. I've seen as high as 17 or as low as 15. So this one stopped at 16 this time, and then this one will have 16, and then this one will have 32. On my main channel, I had a little bit more of a disparity than that, I think, because it's a little more complex. But what I did from there is I then, hoppered down to a crafter, and then the crafter spit out wood planks, and then this one hoppered down to the smelter, and then we made charcoal. It was great. But anyway, this is how you can practically add in a pulsar system. Again, I used it on tick 3 because I felt like that was a good on and off time to make a good even split. Lower than that, you get a little bit, a little bit lower than even. Higher than that, you get a little higher than even. And by higher and lower, I mean like the split between this side and that side will either shift from even to lower than one of them will get 14 and the other one will get 18, or vice versa. So anyway, that's how you can use that. Again, let's look at the space system before I go. You have 6 blocks on the bottom. You have a block on the top left and the bottom right. The repeater must be faced in this orientation to the torch, and then adjacent to the torch, you have the wire running back. And this is where you put this block here, facing the redstone, is where you put the item that you're disabling or enabling. So if you guys want to see me use this more in the future, or if you want me to experiment with this in the future, let me know and I will post those videos as well. But until then, have a great day, and this has been Toxic.